Okay, so in the last class we discussed the trigonometric Fourier series, how to find that coefficients and all. So now today we will discuss the non-periodic signals, the discrete time non-periodic signals, how to find out the Fourier transform, that is DTFT. So in order to represent the Fourier coefficients for the non-periodic signals, okay, so we use for the discrete time, okay, for the discrete time non-periodic signals. So for the discrete time non-periodic signals we use the Fourier representation which is called as DTFT, that is discrete time Fourier transform. Okay, so discrete time Fourier transform. Okay, so if you have x of n signal, okay, if you have x of n signal, so which is given by, so 1 over 2 pi, and you have to represent by using the discrete time Fourier transform. So you will be having, so the period from minus pi to plus pi, x of e power j omega into e power, so plus j omega n in j omega n into, so d ohm. Okay, so this is the signal x of n which is represented, and this x of e power j omega which is called as discrete time Fourier transform of the signal x of n. Okay, so now what if you take the discrete time Fourier transform of signal x of n, so this DTFT of signal x of n, this is periodic, so with period 2 pi. Okay, so if you take the non-periodic signal, okay, non-periodic discrete time signal, so for this if you take the Fourier representation, so that will be called it as Fourier transform. So this Fourier transform of this discrete time non-periodic signal, it is periodic, so after taking the transformation, that is Fourier transform, so this represents the periodic signal with the period 2 pi. So that's why it is the integration varying from minus pi to pi. So now if you want the signal which is from the Fourier transform, if you want to find out the inverse pair, so okay, e power j omega, that is x of e power j omega, if you want this, so then by using this expression, that is summation from n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, so x of n into e power minus j omega n. If the signal x of n is given, so we can find out the DTFT of that signal by using this equation. So now this is called as the synthesis equation, okay, synthesis equation, and this is called as analysis equation. So because we are finding out the Fourier representation in terms of Fourier transform of the signal x of n. So now this forms the Fourier transform pair, so that is x of n, so which gives the DTFT pair. Okay, so this we can represent it as e power j omega. So even this also can be expressed as x of omega. In some textbooks they will express this as e power x of omega also, e power x of e power j omega, so that can be expressed as x of omega also. Okay, hello, any problem? Somebody is speaking. Hello, mute all of you. of you mute yourself. Lohit, Kusuma. Reshma, unmute yourself. That you mute yourself. Reshma. Okay. So now this is called as the DTFT pair of signal x of n and this the DTFT of that x of n, which is given by x of e power j omega. And this is having the many properties, and so if you take the analysis equation, that is x of e power j omega, okay, so which is given by summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n, okay, into e power minus j omega n. So now, so we can prove this DTFT, which is periodic. So now you can just put the addition of that periodic with period 2 pi. So we can add that omega plus 2k or 2 pi, okay. So we can add this 2 pi k. So where k is number 0, 1 and it is multiples of 2 pi. So if it is periodic, it should give back the same signal. So just if you put this, so in terms of wherever omega is there, replace omega by omega plus 2 pi k. So you will get back the same signal, that is minus infinity to plus infinity x of e power j omega. You have to get it back, that is x of n e power minus j. So omega you can replace it as omega plus 2 pi into k into n, okay. So now you split that signal, which is given by n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n, which is e power minus j omega n into e power minus j 2 pi k into n. So now this can be represented as cos of 2 pi k n minus j sin of 2 pi k n. So now for the particular values of k and n, so since it is multiples of 2 pi, this sign will go to 0, and if this cos is multiples of 2 pi, so for particular values of k and n, whatever you take, it will give the value 1. So this completely it will give the value 1, so which is give back the same signal, which is equal to n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e power minus j omega n. So that's why, so this whatever DTFT of signal x of n, which is periodic with period equal to 2 pi, okay. So this is about the periodicity. So how we can able to prove it. So now this DTFT has many properties. So what are the properties we are going to see. So what all the properties are there? So first one, so as like your DTFS and FS, it will be having the property of linearity, okay. So property of frequency shifting, and scaling, okay. So and also you will be having convolution property, and you will be having the Parseval's theorem, okay, and also you will be having symmetry property, okay, symmetry property. So and also many other properties are there, so that like summation and all, so that we will going to see. So some of the important properties are, so this, so even frequency differentiation is also there, so that also we will see frequency differentiation. Okay, so these are all the properties which will be having the DTFT process. So now we'll prove one by one, so and we'll see what are those properties one by one. So now coming to the linearity property. Okay, so you will be having two signals, say for example x of n and y of n. Okay, so which will be having a DTFT pair. So which is, say for example, you will be having x of n which is having a DTFT pair. So x of e power j omega, and you will be having y of n which is having DTFT pair, which will give y of e power j omega. So then you will be having z of n, okay, which is the addition of these two signals, which is x of n plus y of n. Okay, so which will give the DTFT pair, which is with respect to this z of n, which is gives z of e power j omega. So which will be equal to the addition of these two signals. So x of e power j omega plus y of e power j omega. So even you can multiply the scalar constants a and b here. So similarly you will get the scalar constant a and b. So this called as linear property, linearity. So it possesses the additivity as well as the scaling property. If both it satisfied, so then we can say that DTFT is linear. Okay. So now we can take the z of n signal and you can write the corresponding, so in terms of DTFT, so which will be given by 1 over 2 pi, which is minus pi to plus pi z of. So we need to take we need to calculate z of e power j omega. No? So take that e power j omega expression. So which is z of e power j omega. So which is equal to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity z of n into e power minus j omega n. So now this z of n, so which will be equal to summation minus infinity to plus infinity z of n, we can write it as a into x of n plus b into y of n, okay, into e power minus j omega n. So now multiply this inside, so the bracket, so you will get n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So a into x of n into e power minus j omega n plus summation, so n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity b into y of n into e power minus j omega n. Okay. So now this we can separately write it as, so a into, so this z of e power j omega, so which we can write it as a into x of e power j omega plus b into y of e power j omega. So this proves that, so this DTFT having the linearity property. Okay. So this is about the linearity property. So now coming to the even time shift is also there. So as like frequency shift here, so one more time shift is also there. So that also one of the property of the DTFT. So that we will see even with frequency shift and time shift how it will happen. So if you take the frequency shift now, okay, frequency shift property. So now if you have the signal x of n, which is having the DTFT pair, which is gives x of e power j omega. So now if you have the signal y of n, which is having the multiplication of this factor, which is equal to e power j beta n into x of n. So now this will give the DTFT of the y of n, which is the frequency shift, that is y of e power j omega, which is given by x of e power j into omega minus beta into n. Okay. So, this is a frequency shift of this the signal y of n. Okay, now we will going to prove. So, take this the DTFT of this y of n signal, so which is represented by n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So, y of n into e power minus j omega n. Now, substitute the y of n signal, which is given by n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So, x of n into e power j beta n into e power minus j omega n. Okay. So, now you take the common factor here. So, j into n. So, you will get summation n equal to minus infinity plus infinity x of n. So, e power minus j, if you take common, so you will get it as omega minus beta into n. Okay. So, this we can write it as the x of, so whatever the shift in frequency which is given by x of e power j into omega minus beta into n. So, that will be equal to y of your e power j omega. So, this is what the frequency shift property. So, where we will be having the, if it is in the frequency domain, if it is shifted by the beta factor, in time domain it is multiplied by this exponential factor. So, this is about the frequency shift property. So, and similarly you will be having the, so the time shift property. So, if you shift the signal in time domain, okay, so the factor which appears, the exponential factor appears in the frequency domain. So, that we will see. So, if you have the x of n with DTFT pair, okay, so x of e power j omega. So, now if you have the signal y of n, which is time shifted signal n minus n naught, okay. So, which is the factor which is time shifted by n naught. So, this will give the DTFT pair with that y of e power j omega, which is equal to e power j, so minus j omega n naught into x of e power j omega. So, this is the DTFT of this time shifted signal. If you have the time shifted signal with time delay n naught, so this will be in the frequency domain, it will be multiplied by, so this factor, okay, the Fourier representation. So, of the time shifted signal, which will be equal to e power minus j omega n naught into x of e power j omega. So, now this, to prove this, you take this the expression. So, y into e power j omega, which is given by summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So, y of n into e power minus j omega n. So, now this y of n you substitute, so which will give n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So, x of n minus n naught into e power minus j omega n. So, now take n minus n naught some other variable. So, take m equal to n minus n naught. So, you will get, so this y of power j omega, which is equal to summation. So, if you take n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, so m also it will vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. So, which will give x of m into e power minus j omega. So, substitute for n, so which will give m plus n naught. Okay. So, this will give summation m equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of m into e power minus j omega m into e power minus j omega n naught. So, now this is the additional factor, you take it out that. So, you will get e power, so y of e power j omega, which is equal to e power minus j omega n naught. So, and summation n equal to, so m equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of m into e power minus j omega m. So now this can be written it as x of e power j omega. So then we can write y of e power j omega, which is equal to e power minus j omega n naught into x of e power j omega. So now you can see if you time shift the signal, so then it will be multiplied by this much factor, whatever the time delay is there. So e power minus j omega n naught. So it will be multiplied in the frequency domain. Okay. So this is about the time shift and frequency shift. So now next is the frequency differentiation. Okay. How we will going to get this property and how to prove this, that is frequency differentiation. So what is meant by that? So if you have signal x of n, okay, so which is having DTFT pair of x of e power j omega. So now, so when you have the signal, so which you differentiate that in the frequency domain, so you will get the signal in time domain as the multiplied version of jn into x of n. Okay, so which is having DTFT. So that is frequency. In the frequency domain we are differentiating with respect to the omega, so that is d by d home of x of e power j omega. So now if you differentiate this signal, so in time domain it is a multiplied by this factor, that is j into n. So now, so to prove this one, so take the x of e power j omega, so which is equal to, so summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e power minus j omega n. So now differentiate both sides, so what you will get, so with respect to omega, so d by d home of x of e power j omega, so which is equal to, so d by d home of the summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e power minus j omega n. So now change the order of the summation and differentiation, and so you will get n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into, so since the signal with respect to omega it is only this term, so that's why we need to differentiate only that term. Okay, so what you will get if you differentiate this term, so you will get it as, so with respect to omega, so you will get minus j into n, so minus j into n into, so the same signal e power minus j omega n, so that will keep it as it is, which is equal to n minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e power minus j omega n. So this will give minus j n into, so okay, so this is summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into e power minus j omega n. So now compare this and this signal, so the term which is having, so here it is having minus j n, so this will give the DTFT pair of minus j n, so which is having the signal x of n, so which will give the DTFT pair of, so x of e power j omega. Okay, so this d by d home of x of e power j omega. Okay, so just a minute. So this is the DTFT pair. Okay, so this is about the frequency differentiation. So now next property, so we'll see the convolution property. Okay, so next property is the convolution property. Okay, so now convolution you already know in the even DTFS and FS also. So if you have x of n with the DTFT pair, x of e power j omega. Okay, so now if you convolve the signal, so two signals which is having, so the DTFT pair x of n and y of n, so z of n which is equal to x of n plus y of n. So if you convolve these two signals, okay, x of n and y of n, if you convolve, so the two signals, the corresponding DTFT of this signal, so which will give the, so the z of e power j omega, which is the multiplication of these two signals, which is x of e power j omega into y of e power j omega. So now we will prove this convolution property, and so take, we know the x of e power j omega and y of e power j omega in terms of x of n and y of n. So we will take z of e power j omega, so which is equal to the summation of n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity z of n into e power minus j omega n. So now substitute the signal z of n, so we will get minus n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So z of, so n we can write it as x of n convolution y of n. Okay, so this into e power minus j omega n. So now we can write the equation for convolution, so which is given by the summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. So now we can write, so for the convolution in the discrete domain, so we can write it as L equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of L into y of, so n minus L. Okay, so n minus L, so this into e power minus j omega n. Okay, so this summation which is giving the convolution of x of n and y of n. So now change the order of summation, so this one, so you will get the signal L equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of L, you keep it as it is. So now put the summation here, n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity y of n minus L. Okay, so this into e power minus j omega n. So this is the, so now the, by changing the order of summation, so we will going to get, now put n minus L. Okay, put n minus L which is equal to m. Okay, so just a minute, I will come within 2 minutes. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. Okay, so we were discussing about the convolution. So now put n minus l equal to m. So you will get in this equation. So you will get z of e power j omega. So which is equal to summation l equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of l into summation. So now if you put n minus l equal to m, so the summation also it varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. So you will get m equal to minus infinity to plus infinity y of m, so into, so whatever n you substitute l plus m, so you will get e power minus j, so omega l plus m. Okay, so now this, so split this factor, so you will get it as, so z of e power j omega, so which is equal to summation l equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of l into, so e power j omega l. So if you split this factor, you will get e power minus j omega l here, and one more summation m equal to minus infinity to plus infinity y of m into e power minus j omega m. So now this factor we can write it as x of e power j omega, and this factor we can write it as y of e power j omega. So that's how. So in the frequency domain we will get it as, so the multiplication of this, the DTFT of the corresponding signal. So when you convolve to time domain signal, so which will give the multiplication of corresponding DTFT of those signal x of e power j omega into y of e power j omega. So now coming to the, so next property, so which is called as Parseval's theorem. Okay, so next is Parseval's theorem. So what it will give? So it will give the energy spectrum. So earlier when we discussed about the Fourier series and discrete time Fourier series, so since the time domain signal is periodic, so the frequency domain it is giving the power spectrum. So now in this, so since the time domain signal is aperiodic signal, so the energy of the signal is finite, so it will give the energy spectrum of the signal. So now if you have, so the x of n which is having a DTFT signal, that is DTFT pair, so which is equal to x of e power j omega. Okay, so now if you find the energy, or if you represent the energy, so which is equal to n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n, the magnitude square. So this will be the energy of the signal. So if you represent this, so if you find out, if you want to find out the energy, so you will get 1 over 2 pi, so over the period 2 pi, or you can take minus pi to plus pi. So this will give the energy spectrum of the signal, which is x of e power j omega magnitude spectrum square into dO. So this is known as the energy spectrum. Okay, energy spectrum. Okay, so now if you want to prove, take the left hand side, so we can take it as energy equation, which is equal to n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n square. So now this you can write it as, so the multiplication of the signal, its complex conjugate, so which is equal to n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into x complex conjugate of n. Okay, so now we can write the expression for x of n in terms of its DTFT. So this will give summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n. So now this complex conjugate you can write in terms of the DTFT signal, which is 1 over 2 pi, so with the period 2 pi, okay, so into x complex conjugate of e power j omega, so into e power minus j omega n into t whole. Okay, so just I have written the signal x complex conjugate of n in terms of its DTFT. So now changing this order of integration and summation, so you will get, so E which is equal to, so 1 over 2 pi integration 2 pi x star of e power j omega, okay, so into summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, so x of n into e power minus j omega n, so this into d whole. Okay, so now this we can write it as the DTFT of the x of n, so which is given by, so 1 over 2 pi, so which is the period 2 pi x star of e power j omega, okay, so into x of e power j omega into d whole. So now this we can write it as 1 over 2 pi, so over the period 2 pi. So if you multiply these two DTFT signal, so you will get the magnitude spectrum, so which is x of e power j omega square into d whole. So this is which is the energy of the signal, so which is given by, so this we can equate it to summation n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n square. So now this is the energy of the signal in the frequency domain, which will give the energy spectrum. Okay, so this, the Parseval's theorem tells about the energy of the spectrum. Okay, so this is about the Parseval's theorem. So now, so the another properties which is symmetry. So if we have the x of n with the real and even and real and odd, so and if it is purely real, so what is it, the DTFT of the signal which will give, that is symmetry property. Okay, so if x of n which is having the DTFT pair, which is x of e power j omega. So now if x of n is real, okay, so if x of n, the signal is real, so then, so x star of e power j omega, so which will equal to x of e power minus j omega. Okay, so if you have the x of n real signal, then the complex conjugate of the DTFT of that signal will be equal to x of e power minus j omega. Okay, so now if x of n is, real and even, okay, so if it is real and even, so then the imaginary part, okay, so then the imaginary part of x of e power j omega, so the imaginary part of x of e power j omega, this will become equal to 0 if the x of n is real and even. So now if x of n is real and odd, okay, if x of n is real and odd, so then the real part of your x of e power j omega, so that will be equal to 0. Okay, so this is about the symmetry property. So now if you take this and if you can able to prove this. Okay, so that proof we will see tomorrow, and some more properties also we will see tomorrow. Okay, so we will stop here and we will see the proof of the symmetry property as well as the other properties which are scaling and other summation property we will see. Okay, we will stop here.